Today, a Dane County judge has restored collective bargaining rights to many public sector workers across the state by ruling parts of Act 10 as unconstitutional.
JT Siskowski has been dissecting this ruling. He's got you covered on how labor groups and Republicans are reacting.
Act 10 was the controversial 2011 law that dramatically curtailed public sector union organizing in the state. When the law was being considered, demonstrators took over Madison's Capitol Square. Now, more than a decade later, Dane County Judge Jacob Frost has overturned large swaths of the law. Many workers effectively lost the right to collectively bargain under Act 10, but the ruling says under the state constitution, all public workers must be treated as the same as police and firefighters who were exempted from Act 10. The lawsuit was brought by a coalition of unions and labor organizations. They challenged state officials and agencies tasked with carrying out the law. Today, the labor groups celebrated the ruling. In a statement, a lawsuit plaintiff and labor leader Ben Gruber says, quote, "Today's decision is personal for me and my coworkers. As a conservation warden, having had full collective bargaining rights means we will again have a voice on the job to improve our workplace and make sure that Wisconsin is a safe place for everyone." Former Republican Governor Scott Walker took issue with the ruling.
This is a brazen political activism at its worst, and the big losers are the taxpayers of Wisconsin, but even worse are the students who go to our schools and the people who use our public services, because they're going to hurt.
Republicans in the legislature intervened in the lawsuit. GOP leaders are promising to appeal. An appeal could go to the state Supreme Court, which has a liberal majority, but that could change in this spring's general election. The election could decide the fate of this lawsuit.
All right, JT, thank you. And Wisconsin labor organizations released their own statement about the decision, saying, quote, Act 10 has done great harm to working people in our state and has done great damage to the public services our families depend on every day. They went on to say working people in Wisconsin will head into 2025 with a renewed sense of solidarity and a reinvigorated commitment to union organizing so that every worker who wants to be in a union can freely do so.